Hello everyone, my name is Nina for those of you who don't know me, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So before we start the video, I just want to say I'm very sorry for not my voice. All right, restart that. I would just first like to start by saying I'm sorry for not posting for the last 2 weeks. It's just been really crazy and really busy, but hopefully I will be back to a normal schedule. So yeah, I'm actually going to start this new series on my playlist, and it's called Mindful Dancers Talk. Your head on my on this playlist, I am going to be talking with you guys about advice that I have for dancers, different topics that we can talk about, and maybe I'll even have some guests on to help me talk about dance, because dance has always been a passion for me personally. I love to dance, and I kind of just want to help other people and give other people advice about their dance careers and their dance journeys. So without further ado, let's get into the topic of this video. As my first episode, I guess you can say, of this series, I am going to be talking about what style of dance is right for you specifically. And this is always a really hard one because I don't think anybody can just choose one specific style of dance. But I am here to help you today and give you advice on a few things that I think that you should be considering when choosing a style of dance or choosing what classes you want to choose for dance. So let's get started with the video. So I am going to talk to you guys about 10 factors that you should consider when choosing a dance style. The first factor is your physical fitness level. So you really need to assess your body honestly and truthfully when choosing a specific dance style. Ask yourself different questions like, do you have a consistent exercise regimen? Do you like to go slower or faster in certain things? Different dance styles require different fitness levels and different abilities. So make sure that when you're diving in and jumping into a dance style, make sure that you consider all of those things, and make sure that you consider your body's condition. Not to say that you can't progress in any dance, because definitely you will progress in any dance style that you do. Your body will change and get better and stuff, but definitely consider that. All right, on to the next factor. All right, and so the second factor that I want to talk to you guys about is your age. And for most dance forms, dance classes are open to all ages, but I just want to talk about specifically your levels and stuff like that. Make sure that you're putting yourself in the right classes and the right levels and ages. I know that for like younger and older dancers, it can be very different and it can be very difficult, because there are some 8-year-olds who are dancing at like a 15-year-old girl's level, and there are some like 16-year-old girls who are dancing at like a beginner level. So it's definitely hard to find classes for you in that. But make sure that you're not completely relying on your age, but make sure that's a factor. You can dance between the ages of 2 and 92, it really doesn't matter. But definitely make sure that you're putting yourself in classes that are fit for your fitness level and for your age and for your abilities and capabilities. There are also a lot of dance studios, dance classes that do like free trials. So you can actually like just take a free class at that dance studio to kind of see what level you are at, or to see like what you're comfortable with in that class. So definitely take advantage of that. But yeah. And the third thing that you guys should consider when choosing dance is your personal preferences. And I'm talking about like your personality or your different tastes in music. Maybe you feel like listening to rap or like pop or soul R&B music. Maybe you should try hip hop because a lot of hip hop dance classes involve that type of music. Or let's say like you have a really outgoing personality, maybe you should try a class that kind of fits that personality. Or if you're like more on like the shy or timid side, maybe try a class that kind of fits your personality. Ballet is a great class for that because most dance classes don't allow you to like speak in class. So that's definitely something to consider. So the fourth thing that you guys should consider is your dancing goals. What is your goals for taking class? Is it to learn a dance for your best friend's wedding? Is it to focus on your weight loss journey? Is it to make friends? Is it to cut down on stress? Is it to dance professionally one day? Is it to go to Juilliard? Focusing on your goals, I find definitely helps me choose which style was best for me and choose what style best suits me. So the fifth piece of advice that I have is your friends, your peers, your friend group. Definitely ask around because your friends might be taking like a Zumba class on Sunday and it might be free. So you might want to like join them and see what it's all about. Definitely learn from their mistakes, like definitely ask around, take their advice. Now I'm not saying take their advice as like the end all be all for your decision, but take your friend's advice with like a grain of salt. Like if they didn't like a ballet class, that does not mean that you will not like that ballet class. So maybe like just take their opinions because that's all they pretty much are. They're just opinions. Just because they didn't like a class doesn't mean you're not going to like a class. But that's definitely something to think about. If your friends have taken a class that you're interested in, get their opinion on it and then try it for yourself. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. But if you do like it, great. So yeah. All right. And the sixth thing that you guys should consider when choosing a dance class is your budget and the cost of dance classes. The cost of dance is a huge factor when it comes to different various dance forms. You have to pay for a lot of things. You have to pay for dance wear, shoes, costumes, props, accessories, and those are all very big investments that you should definitely think about before choosing a dance class, before applying for a dance class, because everybody's budget is different. Some people can afford to pay for 7 classes a week. Some people can only afford to pay for 1 class a week. So it just all depends on you. Definitely ask your parents, definitely ask people around you, because that's definitely something that's expensive. And also just think about the level of the class and the difficulty of the class. Like for example, like point work when it comes to like point shoes and like ballet. You have to pay for like, most dance studios want you to take like 3 like ballet classes a week to just keep up with your ballet on top of point classes and on top of like paying for point shoes and straps and tutus and costumes and leotards and everything like that. So make sure you're kind of weighing the costs of the classes and everything, and you're also weighing like what comes out of it, like what you're gaining from those classes. So the 7th thing I want you guys to think about when choosing a dance style is the career path that you want to go down. I know that if you're like on the younger side, you don't really want to think about what you want to do for the rest of your life, but if you are taking a specific dance class, make sure that you're choosing dance classes that are going to fit your future. Like if you want to dance like professionally and move on to like a professional career, or you want to join a company, maybe start thinking about taking more professional like advanced classes. But if you just are in love and just have a passion for dance and just kind of want to do it on the side, that's also okay completely. That's kind of what I do. So make sure you're doing that. Some dancers are honestly like socially cut off from like non-dancers because of like the long practice hours and like the rigorous amount of training that goes into dance. So I'm not telling you what you should do, but you can do whatever dance style you want. Just make sure that you're fitting it into what you want to think about doing for the future. So the 8th thing that I want to talk to you guys about is commitment and time. So for dancers, it very much depends on the amount of commitment and time that you can put into actually dancing. It can definitely vary. But if you can only give 3 hours a week for dance, that's okay. If you can give 4 days of dance practice a week, that's also okay. What really matters is like how much time and effort and practice you actually put into your craft and your passion. Dance requires a lot of consistency, so consistency can reduce the amount of like injury risks that you can have. So make sure that your body is at least comfortable and has like an actual dance schedule. And dancing also requires a lot of agility. So the more you dance, the more agile you become, the more sharper, the more swifter, the more athletic you'll become. And I think that's honestly what it is important. So don't feel discouraged like, oh, I only dance 1 hour a week. That's fine. If you put in practice, if you go on YouTube, there are tons of videos on YouTube about dance combos you can take. So yeah, it just all depends on you and how much you practice. So the 9th thing that I want to talk to you guys about is the location of your dance studio or the classes that you want to take in a specific area. It's very, very important for everybody to find your perfect location, and it's never going to be perfect. A dance studio is never going to fit all of your wants and needs, but there are like thousands of dance studios across the country, so you should be able to find one that is fit for you. Definitely make sure that the location is like not too far away, but also maybe not too like close. You just want to find something that's like right in between, that's perfect for you. Alright, so the 10th and last thing that I want to talk about are the benefits of the dance form that you're choosing. So when you go into class, what are you looking for? Are you looking for a class to build up your self-esteem and your confidence? Are you looking for a class that is going to, help you with your technique? Are you going to look for a class to keep you occupied and interested? Definitely consider the cost versus the benefit, or the goals versus like the expected results when you're coming into a class, because it's very, very different. I also just want to say something. I don't want to make it seem like you have to choose like one specific dance form and like that's it. That is completely not what I'm saying. You can choose multiple classes. I know people who take hip hop, who take ballet, contemporary, lyrical, modern, and jazz and tap, and like they're completely fine with all of those classes. So definitely you don't have to just decide on one specific class, because you can definitely do 3 or more classes, 5 or more classes, 7 or more classes. It all depends on you. These are just tips for choosing a class for beginners and stuff like that. So I just want to spread that message out there. So now that we're coming to the end of the video, if you guys are still confused on like different classes that you might want to take, some tips that I have for you personally are to like maybe try a quiz, ask your friends like I said in the tips, do a free trial class, go out there, read some articles about different dance studios, different dance classes. So yeah, quiz, research, friends, trial classes, and technology. Those are the 5 things. I might link like a BuzzFeed quiz down below so you can just like see what class might be fit for you. Take that quiz with a grain of salt. Don't take that as like the gospel truth or the end all be all for your class, like I said before, but that's just something cool and fun that you can take to just see what classes you're interested in. Alright guys, so the video is officially coming to an end. I hope that all of these tips might have helped you discover what type of dancer you are, or discover what type of dance class you might want to take. Thank you so much for watching if you have made it to the end. Also, I just want to say, if you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you guys are subscribed, because I think that like 85% of you guys are not subscribed and like 15% of you guys are. So if you please keep coming back, please, please, please subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!